Hello everybody, Cam S here. Welcome back to a special edition of Chasing Tales. In this video, we are going to be doing a big buck showcase for mine and my family's harvest of this season. As you can see, I got my buck back from earlier this season, and we're going to go around and ask my family members how their hunt went. They're going to show you their antlers and their harvests and just tell you how the hunt went. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, first we're going to sit down with my grandpa, who I also call Poppy, and we're going to ask him how his season went and what led up to his buck.
I had an unbelievable season. I bow hunted a lot. One day I saw 11 bucks, all chasing does. It was an incredible season. We had good weather, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Alright, so would you like to tell how your hunt went that you were able to harvest this one?
Well, when deer season rolled around, my grandson Gunner and I were in our elevated stand, and to our north was standing corn. And one day Gunner said, "Papa, there's a deer right there." And I looked, and it was a buck. I call this buck my second chance buck, because while I was trying to get my gun out the window, I bumped the blind. The deer become alert and kind of walked off and got behind a tree, and I didn't get a shot. Later in the season, my son Joe and I were in the same blind, and he was looking around and spotted a deer to the south of the blind. And in the process of getting my gun out the window to shoot in that direction, I bumped it again. And the deer started to trot off, and I went out about 100 yards and stopped, and I got a shot, and I ended up getting this nice buck. It went about 40 yards before it expired. It has a 15.5-inch inside measurement. It's a nice 8-point, and I'm very happy with it. It was an incredible season.
And that's not quite unusual for your luck, though, is it?
No, it's not.
Alright, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just happy to have this deer.
Alright, thank you. Alright, so we're sitting down today with my cousin Justice. He was in one of the earlier videos that this season had, and I'll put the link in the top of the screen right now. So how did your season go this year?
Good.
Alright, so is this your first buck ever right here?
Yes.
Alright, how did that hunt go for you?
Really good.
Alright, what happened?
So we were sitting in our tree stand, and there were bucks coming at my brother, and then we were just watching them, and my brother and my dad didn't know that they were coming. So then you let them know that they were coming in, and they ran by the thing, and then they had to come back because they were following the does back in the corn. And then the one came in, and then my brother shot one, and then I watched in the binoculars, and it was pretty cool.
Right.
And a little bit later, we saw this buck right here coming to down the lane by me and Cam, and I was so excited for my brother, I didn't even know it was coming. And then Cam looks over, and then it was coming, and then he told me that it was a shooter, and then it started walking down, and then I got my crossbow out, and I lined it right up, and then when he told me to shoot, I pulled the trigger, and then I got him.
Nice. Are you happy with him?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So this buck right here, we actually saw in one of our earlier videos, but we did not get the chance to shoot him. But later in the season, Justice made it happen. So would you like to tell that story to them?
Yes, I'd love to.
All right.
So it all started when me and my dad, me and him, we came out to the tower blind, and we just started with our binoculars just looking around to see if we could spot any bucks, because we weren't seeing anything. So I turn around, we look across the creek, and over there I see some antlers. And we keep looking by it, and then I ended up seeing this buck right here rubbing its antlers about a whole bunch of stuff. And then we were hoping that it came over here.
Nice. What happened after that then?
And then just before we were about to get packed up and ready to go, we saw him coming to across the creek. So I pulled my gun up, and then I hit it on the window on accident. And then it just stood there, and then it started walking again, and then I made a sound and stopped. And then I pulled the trigger. It just stood there, so I didn't hit it. And then I racked in another shot, and then I shot, and then I dropped him right down where he was.
Right in his tracks?
Mhm.
Good job. It sounds like you and Poppy have the same luck then, because he hit his gun on the window when he shot his. All right, thank you. Do you have anything else you want to say, or is that it?
That's it.
All right, thank you for coming on today.
All right.
All right, up next we have my dad, and would you like to tell us about your season?
Well, unfortunately, my season was relatively short. I no longer have the patience to sit out there and do not enjoy being cold and sitting doing nothing. So I was only out probably a handful of times, and opening morning I probably would not have went out if you were not excited to take me out. So the weather did not look good, and I was not excited about sitting out in the cold and rain for the morning. So probably if it wasn't for you, that I wouldn't have went out opening day.
So what happened opening day?
As far as opening day, we got out there early before light and seen a few does, well, a few deer moving just before daylight, and couldn't really tell what they were. And shortly after it got light, that some does moved through, and there was a buck that was injured that went through, and by the time I could get around and get my gun ready and get it in the sight, that it already passed through, and luckily there was another one following it, and this was the one that followed through, and it was not a impressive shot by any means. It was high and in the neck, and that's why if you see on the video that it dropped where it was at, but it wasn't exactly where I was aiming at, but I guess I got the job done. So
Yeah, are you happy with that deer?
I am. I've shot bigger deer before, but this was enjoyable because I had you out there with me and was able to get it on camera. So
Sweet. You have anything else you want to add, or?
As far as my season, even though it's short and I don't find the enjoyment of it, it was one of my better seasons, being able to see friends and family and you out hunting and able to share that with everybody so that I could actually see what experiences you had. And it was incredible. Anybody that hunts knows that it's not always easy to shoot a big deer, and especially when you're trying to capture it on camera and be able to have all the cameras set up and make it all work out. It's pretty impressive that you were able to do that. And another one of my favorite videos from the season was you going out with your cousins and actually being able to pass on the experience and excitement that your cousins enjoyed by shooting their first deer. So that was fun to watch, and look forward to next season, and hopefully
you can get out a little bit more. It's not so cold for
right. I just need to make some improvements on a heated shanty apparently.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All we have left is me, and honestly, I could not have asked for a better season. Being able to go out in the woods and be able to sit with my family members and be able to catch their hunts on camera was awesome, and being able to harvest 2 big bucks this year was great. To be able to get them both on camera, it was honestly an amazing year. I could not have asked for a better one. After spending many hours out in the woods preparing for the season, checking trail cameras, preparing tree stands, and actually a lot of time up in the tree stand, I was able to make something happen pretty early in the season. When this 10-point came out, I was kind of getting ready to pack up and head out this night, because once in a while, every night, the deer would get scared off by something at the same exact time, and I would see nothing else afterwards. And the same thing happened this night. The deer took off, and I was figuring out that I was probably not going to see anything, and right when I was about to pack up, I saw this buck pop out in an opening a little ways away from me, and I decided to try calling a little bit, and he disappeared. So I thought my luck had run out. I was getting ready to pack up, and all of a sudden he popped out right underneath me. I was able to make a shot on him, well, actually 3, which was not the very best shots in my case, but I took him down, and it was a hunt that I will always remember. So the last thing is this guy right here. He is the buck of a lifetime. You can check that video out up in the top of the screen right now, but I got this all on camera, and I'm so glad I did. I was out in the morning hunting, and I was getting spotted by every deer that I saw. Everything was either running from me or running from other deer, and I was getting quite frustrated. I was thinking I was going to move this stand next year, and finally, all of a sudden, this guy came out about 20 yards away and gave me a wide open shot to take on him, and I took it, and I am so happy and so grateful for being able to harvest this buck. And when we compare him to my 10-point can easily fit within inside the rack. So he is obviously the buck of a lifetime, and this 10-point was not small by any means. He was very big at the time, and I was very happy. I still am very happy with that 10-point, but just in comparison to this monster right here, it was just a crazy hunt, an awesome year for my entire family, and I'm very appreciative that I was able to harvest this buck. So overall, it was a great season. I'm so happy I was able to harvest what I did, and I'm so happy I was able to go out and film and be in the woods with my family. It was just a great season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have enjoyed this season of Chasing Tails. And if you haven't checked out some of these videos, please check them out. And I appreciate all of you for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like. I will see you next time.